Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Uh, yeah, it's been a while since I did my live stream, but something interesting came recently from Bezzo's update on his new tool, and yeah, I'm gonna show you how I sculpted this jacket in Nomadsculpt using the features within Nomadsculpt and also Bezzo's tool uh, to create all those stitches around uh, the leather patterns. Yeah, that's the idea. So let me switch on the face group and yeah, delete. uh, Let me start from scratch, that's better. uh, okay, so only I'm gonna leave it at this point because I don't want to create those face groups again on the arms. I just separated the left and right arm with different face group using this face group tool. For someone who doesn't know how I brought this model, I got it from Magic Poser. I had this paid version for a month now just to get a few models so that I can sketch over them like fabrics, whatever I wanted to do. So I just need to post something and export it as a 3D object, open it in Nomad. That's how it is. So this is the model which came from Magic Poser, and I just converted the face group for the left and right arm. Yeah, the first task I usually do is just go and add a tube. So in this case, I have not activated the on gizmo mode, so the tube obviously goes to the origin. In grid mode active, let me switch off the post processing. Yeah, it is here, and now I'll switch off the snapping so that I can handle the tube effectively. Move it closer to the neck and the other one to the hip. Slightly increase the radius, and yeah, now we can go closer and adjust the radius even further. I'm gonna activate the multi-radius here. So any point I'm gonna create, I can adjust the radius whatever I wanted at that point. I'm gonna activate the snapping so that I know it is centered to the grid. Zooming it in a bit, and yeah, gradually trying to align my tube with the body. So the neck is here, so that's there, and I'm gonna do the same for this portion and add another tube here, so a point here. Yeah, that there. This is not 100% necessary because anyway we are gonna project from the body there. So that is the tube, first tube, and the second tube I'm gonna add. I'm gonna just clone it, and let's try to clone this object. The reason why I have this objects like the face groups on this body is I can quickly hide the necessary region so I don't get distracted by other parts, and I can concentrate on what the current features. So for this case, the tube is here. I want to align it to the hand, so I'm going to remove all the remaining portions, remaining points, and bring it closer to the arm. I know it is somewhere, like I need to try to align the tube as much as possible. I can switch on the X-ray as well if I want. the right side view, trying to align it even further, adding few more points here and there. Maybe activate the wireframe and remove the X-ray. And yeah, let me bring it closer to the wrist. That's it. And now let me play around with the radius. Perfect. And now if I switch on the other tube, I can now adjust the end section of this tube here. Yeah. So now that I have it there, yeah, I can switch back the body again. Now I can adjust the first tube closer to the object, to the character. Yeah, like this. So that I know the whole body has been covered with the tube. Yep, that's what I wanted. And now if I switch off the character, this is how the tubes are looking now. So for this case, I'm going to retain the caps, and it is on purpose. I'll tell you why. I'll try to maintain the same squares in the first tube as well. So just by increasing here, yeah, closer, and B-spline, yeah, this one as well, B-spline. Perfect. Now that this is done, I'll quickly save this and go Boolean, keep sharp edges, and Boolean. Sorry, Boolean in the sense I'll have to select both, and Boolean, sharp edges, Boolean. Okay. Now that is done, I can go to the split mode and cut and, okay, I'll have to switch it and cut and mirror. So yeah, that is a tube. And for easiness, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the same face group from here and put it on the top face as well. There is something wrong here. So you see here, I don't want any face groups here, so I'm gonna quickly go back in the tube mode, make sure it goes within the body so that portion gets dissolved. I'm gonna redo it again, Boolean, so you can see the face group is not there, and then do the same, cut and mirror. It's gonna be mirrored, and yeah, again the face group with the blue, sorry, yellow. If I click it, it should change it to yellow. Yep. Now I can switch back the character on. I don't want this here. I'll bring the other. Okay. So yeah, this is the jacket at its current form. So what we can do now is select and mask the yellow region. The reason why I wanted the face groups to be same on the cap region was just clicking on one yellow, mask all the yellow regions, and I can now just extract from the other vertex. Before there, I will try using the quad remesher here. Let's try to relax and use the same. Okay, it does work. It has neatly created it, and let me see in X-ray mode if anything is weird inside. Nothing is there, so it is a full solid body. And Yeah, so let me quickly do half of it. So yeah, I don't want to play around with too many face groups, sorry, vertices. So now the character is on, and yeah, let me switch on the exposure a bit, and might be I'll change the character's color to white so that I can see it. Okay. Now this is a tube here. I'm going to use the selection mask and tap on the yellow so it has been selected. And what I can do now is go into miscellaneous menu, and from high vertex, sorry, reproject from the high. So I'm gonna uncheck everything else, retaining only the vertices, and let's try to project from high. It doesn't work because the cage radius is not enough, I guess. Yeah, and I could go even further on the cage radius, or let me try to click it again. No, let me go further on the cage radius, and from high resolution that should go stick to the body. If you go in solo mode, yeah, it is hugging the character now, so we can quickly go grab the smooth tool, smooth it. Yeah, let me smoothen the neck, and might be here as well, somewhere here. It looks quite decent at this point already. If I go out of solo mode and go to the miscellaneous menu and try do it again, and go solo mode, now it hugs the character better, and I'm happy with what came right now. So what you can do is, since there are not many vertices, it's gonna be easier for me to work with this now further after this. So we can go inflate a bit, smooth a bit without solo, and inflate a bit, smooth a bit, relax, and trying to make sure the character it doesn't goes too far away from the character. Slightly inflate, smooth it, relax it, inflate it. So when I inflated, what's happening here is even the arms are inflated. So yeah, I could yeah, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to quickly convert the arms into a different face group, yeah, because it is quite accessible. Most of the regions are. So what I'm gonna do is use the lasso tool and add a face group. That should work. Use the dot with auto pick, and yeah, if I hide the green, can go further, try tweaking if in case I want the yellow, right? I think it was yellow. No, it was the patch green, I think. Yes, and there's one point here. Patch and give it a green. Perfect. Now hide, clear all. So you can see the arms are now different face group. And quickly go to same, so it is relaxed a bit. Now if you go out of the solo mode, and the arms are already hugging enough, I can inflate slightly in this region. And here might be in the back, arms in the back, just a bit so it's neat. And I can use a smooth brush. Inflate it a bit. Okay. And now if I smooth it and inflate it, I don't want to inflate too much so that the arms doesn't go out of proportion. I like the way it looks right now. And quickly save it. Yeah. So this is already looking decent for this current state. I'm gonna go remove, clear the selections, the masking, and now let's start trimming away whatever I don't want. I want the cuff to be as close as possible to the wrist. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a face group just for the cuff region. Add it. It's like a band around the wrist, which could be elastic in some cases. So that's it. And now the neck region. Yeah, I know those necks can be now trimmed. Neck region can be trimmed. What I'm going to do is quickly grab the line symmetric option, switched on, and none. And that. Quickly hide the arm. And so that it doesn't, whatever I draw doesn't affect my other arm region. I can use a rectangle like this for this case. Yeah, perfect. Hip is neat. And if I go hide, clear everything, in solo mode I'm gonna hide this cap and delete it. Perfect, this is what I want. And I will quickly remesh it. Same. So if you go out of the solo mode, you can see it is quite closer to the body. And yeah, for the jacket, which I'm planning to have, is I'm gonna have a zip all the way in the front. Might be, I thought of having something in the cross. Yeah, for this case I'm gonna leave it as symmetric as possible because it is still a tutorial, right? Yeah, if someone is interested, you just need to follow a similar technique. But the top view, I'm gonna go trim it and add a polygonal trim, making sure grid is on. And this here, sharp, trying to adjust like this. Yep, since it is symmetric, even if this, since I have activated symmetric, yeah, whatever point I put anywhere, if it is not symmetric, it automatically tries to make it symmetric, or else we can do a different technique to make sure the body is symmetric. So just validate it. And if I reset, what I can do is I can get and mirror, see the symmetry now, and use quad remeasure, same, and that looks neat. And similar to the cuff region, I'm gonna separate the bottom section of this to have a elastic portion. So since I'm having those as elastic, what if I use the same face group? Yeah, I'll go quickly grab it using auto pick, so it automatically picks that color, and use the square rectangular option. That should do everything. Should be that face group. And as I know, there should be always a slit in the middle. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide everything other than the middle section. So invert it. So that's going to be like this. And activate the face group. So I'm thinking it is the character is vertical, but still I'm going to maintain a tapered face group option using the polygonal selection tool. So try to adjust within the center of the arm, and here this one might be slightly like this, yeah. And since it is in add face group, so when I validate it, it should create a face group automatically. The back, yes, I'm seeing some face groups are not selected properly. Can quickly grab the dot and auto pick, but that is a challenge here. So I want it to be straight, perfect straight here, which is not at this point straight. So what I can do is can go and activate the dynamic topology, add more details, and having this activated, I'm gonna try to remove this section and trying to make it straight. And now quickly grab the relax, and yeah, that relaxes it. Make sure not go to the edge. And I'm going to do the same here as well. So dot and activate the dynamic topology and go a bit closer. Yep. And relax. And again dot. Sorry, let me reduce the dot size so that I can have more precise edge, and relax a bit more larger. That should work. So I got that. Quickly go water measure, same, should give too many. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, save it. I'm gonna half it, half. Perfect. Is that done? Now let's concentrate on the front section. So similar to the other technique, hide the front portion and invert it. And for this case, what shall we do? Try use the rectangular selection option and add face group. let's try to add something like this here, which is symmetrical. So yeah, see, you see it is not aligned properly. That's what we are going to adjust. And let's hide that. Okay, selection mode, try create one here, hide that. Selection mode might be one in the top somewhere here. Yep, and hide that. And someone somewhere here. Yeah, like I'll plan to join it there. Should I? Yeah, I better join it there. So what I can do is use a dot tool, and yeah, that is my plan. Face groups look neat and clear up. Yep. So as I did with the dynamic topology, I'm going to do the same thing here. But let me quickly use this face group extended towards the bottom, because I'm going to have that as leather. And now go activating the dynamic topology, enough detail, and let me quickly save this as I did before, trying to use the dot option. And okay, here as well. Okay, here need to bit thicken this section here. It is thin at this point. Now this need, and use the relax tool to relax the face group. Here as well. Okay, let's save this. And quadri measure, try half of it. Yep, 8, half. Okay, so let me see the so 9,000 total number of polygons. That's a perfect size for this project, and the face groups are neat, and it's quite closer to the character. I can go inflate a bit in certain regions where it is not hugging the character properly. And here. Yep. So this is what we got. Why did it? Yeah. Same. So let me see how many. Oh, it is 4,000 vertices only. So that is why I can use the same number and 10,000, 20,000. Okay. 10,000, what does it say? Yeah, 9,600. Okay, let me try to, when I have the inspector active, let me try to unwrap this now. unwrap, inspector active. Yeah, you see, this is what we have here, but what I can see here is this D is extended all the way towards the cuff, which I don't like. So let me unwrap with Atlas. Yeah, inspector, every section has its own, it is, nothing is stretched, and I'm happy with this. Okay, that is a UV, and those are the face groups, and let's save it. Okay, this is where we are gonna use a Bezzo's tool. So first thing, I want to create a depression in all those stitch regions, and the second thing, I need to create stitches on those like between those face groups. So for the stitch, let me I can build a stitch now. So grid active, add a tube. It should go to the center, reduce the diameter and reduce the number. Let me make it 4, and yeah, that works. If I go here, 1, 2, yep. And number of vertices is not high. There's one stitch, so I'm gonna pattern it around the face groups. That's the whole idea. So yeah, you can use a tube pattern option within Nomad, and you can do the same thing which I'm trying to do, but that is where Bezzo's tool as well makes it easier. Let me quickly use 45°, and is 45° too much? Yeah, let's leave it, and clone 45° in this direction. And use each stitches profile, so there's going to be a square shape. Then let me quickly unsnap it, go one step up and one step, unsnap it, one step down, so it feels like a stitch when you look at it from a distance. This is one stitch type. I'm gonna create another design as well. So this one is gonna have a V shape. Let's see, V like this. Okay, and clone this one as well. Bring it down and make it visible. Taking it a bit back. So this is second stitch design. Okay, so this is one solo view, this is 2. Okay, and this is our body, sorry, the jacket, which we want those stitches patterned around the face groups. And I also want a specific border with some indentations around the face groups, which makes it feel authentic stitch. So how do I do that? First of all, let's export the body, the selected body, and selected as an object. Save it in my files. I'm gonna call it jacket face group and jacket face, let's say, and this one solo view zoom in. Let me add a box and use that as a pin, and so that the pin is perfect there at the center. And now that being selected, file, export selected, object as C2 files, stitch 1, and select these two objects, export, C2 files, stitch 2. Okay, perfect. Let's now go to Bezzo's tool as I promised. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, let's go in. Okay, for the boundaries of the face grooves, which I wanted the indentation, I'm gonna use a normal no nomad parametrics editable tube or whatever, that option, and mode, what is it, face group boundary tubes, file, open source mesh, and that is going to be the jacket face. Let's generate. So you see what's happening, it creates tubes around all the face groups, and I'm not adjusting the face tube size anything here, directly exporting it as GLB, opening it in Nomad, adding to scene. That came here. You can see if I hide the solo mode and the tubes, which I don't want at this point. The face group boundary is here, so that is a face group there. And why does the face group doesn't have any? Yeah, I'm gonna join it and close holds, solo view, and try to voxel remesh. Keep sharp edges, remesh, and yeah, select one face group for everything here, and let's decimate it. Decimate. How many triangles? 32. So now let's try to quad remesh. Density I don't want, guides I don't want, face groups I don't want. Let's do same. Let's thinning it. Maybe face groups. 10,000. And it doesn't look smooth enough at all, which I hate. Maybe let's try smoothing it out first, and then density, hard edges, remove. Yeah, might be I need to go change a different mode. Which one worked? File, mode, custom, nomad, face group boundary tubes, yes. And why did I have no caps on the edges? So that means I need to have some other mode. Placement. This is just only, I don't want that. This is what I wanted. But it doesn't have cap. Yeah. Maybe I need to retain the face group. And let's try same here. Yeah, that is smooth. That is smooth. Now if I voxel remesh, does it makes it bad? And yeah, you could ask, why do I do voxel remesh? Reason why is I don't want these many face groups for this. Might be, and it also has, let's say I hide this, and this, you can see there is a cap there. I don't want that cap as well. So that means if I use face groups, and as I shall change it all, and now if I voxel remesh it, making sure no sharp edges 10, and smoothing it a bit, and same. Let me decimate it before doing it. Same. Yeah, this is the best it is doing at this point. Okay, I'm gonna smooth it and inflate it. For time being, I'm gonna retain as it is. Okay. Remove the solo mode. Yeah, now we see have here and inflate it back. So I don't want too much of detail there. Perfect. And save. So I'll create a copy of this actual body of the jacket and retain it. That is for texturing purposes. I'll tell you why I'm doing that. For the time being, this one, I'm gonna hide this tube here and use the Boolean method. Yeah. So you can see it create that boundary around the face groups with the different face group. And that's what I wanted. And same tool here, file, import instance objects. Let me try the stitch one first. And the mode I'm going to use this one, I think. Imported instances, placement, boundary, and generate. Yeah, see the stitches. Let me change the size to constant. I don't want it to change. Again, placement, if I go increase the density of this, and size can go up to 1, sorry, 0, 1, 5. Yeah, that looks neat. Since I already created the depression around the face groups, I'm not gonna offset the normal by any number. Just use as it is, file, export GLB, open in Nomad, add to scene. That's what I want. So I'll save the stitches over here. Now if I quickly arrange it up, inflate it, might be relax it, it feels like worn out, like the a rope or a thread being used to stitch this leather. And now we can even slightly inflate it to give it a thickness if you want. Save it. Yeah, there's a face look here. I'll also try using the other stitch. Let me like how it looks. So for instance, I'm gonna use the stitch 2 and generate the same thing. It looks like this. Okay. That means it was not a proper patternable item. You can even try it. Might be that is because of the density. Yeah, you see that? There is one different stitch. I don't have a perfect value to adjust this, but yeah. Export GLB, open in Nomad. Add to scene. Bring it up. Hide this. And yeah, do the same thing. Inflate it. Smoothen it, relax it, and smooth it. Again, inflate it. Gives a different stitch feel. This is not suitable for this jacket, I think. Yeah, this one might look better. Okay, wireframe face group. So yeah, you see this triangle edges are there. I need to remesh this. Symmetric, same. Hopefully it comes neat. Yep. Doesn't have any UV, I think, which we can create using the same unwrap. Right. Inspection mode. Yeah, everything is neat. Now that we brought the stitch, we gave the depression around it. We shall try creating textures for this leather. So this was the actual body which we created without the edge loop, and this one was after subtracting the boolean of the edges. And so this one, active solo mode. I got a materials paint tool from Procreate's Etsy page, and this is what I used here for this. I'm going to use here because that's going to be a completely different video for even creating these these brushes. So for this case, I'm going to use a leather from here, and again creating a clone copy so that I have it as a backup there, and use subdivide as much as possible. Go snap it here, triplanar preview, yeah, and let me adjust the scale, and might be the intensity as well. That scale looks decent. Rotation, maybe bring it to the center here, or here, like this. And we'll try to triplanar. So it gives that leather, and it is a heavy file, so you can see 2.4 million, and that is the leather texture which has been created on the actual body. I could have sculpted it. I'm not spending time on that for today, but that is going to be the master body, which I'm going to use to paint this body. So what you can do, selection, and select this body here. I'm going to select this one as well, because that is for different texture. Then remove the solo mode. There should be miscellaneous. Okay, let's say from high resolution only one body should be available, and if I click that, I don't remember selecting color. Okay, color, everything is activated, so that means in solo mode and smooth, see what's happening there. The textures has been copied from the master body, and if I hide the master, this is the current one, 63k vertices. So if you're worried about the number of vertices here, we could do, yeah, quadrant measure. Let's try to reduce it further. Half, and clear, and again select it back. Very clear. Let me, is it same? You see what happened there? It lost the depth value. Yeah. So let me clear the selection first, and then do the quadrant measure half. I think that was the reason. Okay. Same. Smooth, and know how many, 19k. Okay, that's neat. And again do the same, unwrap it, and from high vertices, high resolution image, I'm gonna copy the texture. Again, I did the mistake of not selecting the edges. In solo mode, smooth view. Yeah, that's what. clear all, can hide the master body. And now if I choose any different color, might be a darker one, and paint all, it's gonna paint everything other than that. And you can see the size of this 19.5K vertices. And now if I show the stitches, yeah, like this. And yeah, I didn't change the color for the cuff and the bottom section of the jacket, which we can solve now, which I should have done it before, but no problem. What we have here is already decent. So you can clone this body and go in solo mode, hide the cuff, invert, and delete. So now the removing sections have been deleted. Go here, remove this. Make sure you remove these. These are the textures baked from the master body, still there. And now that is there, I'm gonna unwrap this and clone that. On this, let's say again, sharp border, subdivide, 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 subdivide. Further one more. And again, material paint. Now let's choose some fabric. Yeah, what can we do? This one, planar. Preview. Paint triplanar. And that gives, maybe I can give increase the scale even further a bit and click triplanar. And remove the solo view. In this view, let's choose whatever color suits our previous body, and might be some metalness. Metal. And that is the master body there for the cuff. So now we can switch on that and yeah, bake it from the high resolution. Quickly save this. Yeah, now if you see the body, you can go here, hide this, and yeah, you can see the cuff is different color. So you can use the same technique to create any region on the like a packet for this, and even sculpt furthermore to give some wrinkles on the arm and transferring the feature to the pattern to this from the high resolution body. Yeah, for this case I'm going to delete the high resolution body there. I don't want for this case, delete. And switch on the stitches. Yeah, for the stitch we can give a specific color. What color then works for this? Maybe something like yellowish. give some metallic feature and painter. Save it. Let's give post-processing. How does it look? Yeah, it is just a thin body right now. What you can do is you can turn off the back face color for both these bodies. And if you want actual thickness for these objects, yeah, you're more than welcome. Just click on selection and selection mask and thicken it. Give it a thickness. Extract. You do the same for the clear. And the thickness, extract. Solo view, we can hide the other two bodies, and you can see it has some thickness. It feels like a solid jacket. And now that this is done, you can add a hoodie. Yeah, that might be, I can cover that in the next session. Might be adding a pocket there, adding some metallic objects around. Yeah, let me switch on the character. And maybe give it the black color back. And for the edges, we can actually bring in a tube and create a tube pattern for like a zipper. Yep, that's it for today. Anyone who wants to know anything other than this topic, like a specific topic, just let me know in the comment section. I'll cover that in any sessions in the future sessions. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.